Welcome, and thank you for joining us for another one of Mike and Billy's Whiskey Reviews. I am Mike, and with me as always is Billy.
Me.
And today we are getting back to some bourbons and bringing you a special one. We are bringing you Blanton's, the original.
Blanton's. So this was started in '86 by a guy whose last name is Lee. I can't remember his first name.
A general, yes?
No.
Was he? No?
No, unfortunately. 1986. This is under Buffalo Trace, their whole thing, which is owned by another huge corporation like the Sazerac or something like that.
Sazerac, yes.
So who knows who truly makes this, other than it comes out of Buffalo Trace, which Buffalo Trace isn't even the original name of the thing. If you go back to like 1865 or whatever it is, when they actually started that actual brewery right outside of the capital of Kentucky, Frankfort, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
It was called ICO Brewery or something like that, or distillery, and now it's Buffalo Trace, whatever. So who knows how many times these places change hands. These aren't like the old scotches from overseas that they've been in the hands of the same family for 200 years. This is America. We're capitalists. You know what I'm saying?
Moving hands quickly.
Right. So, but this is absolutely. I'm glad Mike found this. Actually, a guy that we're becoming friends. He's becoming friends with. I haven't met him yet. Malted Man Cave.
Yes. So a quick thank you to Keith at the Malted Man Cave. He also does Scotch whiskey reviews, and he was kind enough to give me the rest of this bottle. We tried a little bit of it. I know, Billy, you were a big fan of it, or at least it told me you were. It's my first time with it, but thank you, Keith.
Yeah.
Really look forward to reviewing this whiskey.
One of my absolute favorite whiskeys. Another cool thing that Blanton's does, the stopper.
Yes, the horse.
This guy, they make 8 different ones. There's a teeny little, it's probably not going to focus, there's a teeny little letter right there. So when you have all 8 of them, it spells out Blanton's.
So we have the N, correct?
So, yeah. So if you set them all there, you see all the different positions of...
Well, the horses are in different positions.
Right.
So it's a different letter?
You see 8 different positions, as you would see it from the spectator's point of view, like from them leaving the gate to going around the track to back to the gate.
Shit. Now we need
So it makes a complete circle around.
Now we need the other stoppers.
Yeah.
We need to keep this one and get the other stoppers.
If we could get this in Ohio, I'd be stoked because we would have all of them.
It was hard to get. Hard. All right, so to tell you a little bit about this particular whiskey, it says this bourbon whiskey was dumped in the bottle in 5/24/17.
Interesting fact, no machines are used in the pouring from the bottle, or from the barrel into whatever their funneling system is. It's all completely still done by hand.
And the label's all done by hand. I know you probably can't pick this up on the camera, but again, put it in the bottle on 5/24/17 of this year, obviously. From barrel 405. So if anyone has barrel 405, we would have a similar tasting note. Mm-hmm. It says stored in warehouse H, as in Henry, and on Rick number 47. It's 93 proof or 46.5% ABV. And a cool bottle.
No actual age statement, but guaranteed 6 to 8 years has to be. There's no artificial color. No anything. This is straight out of the barrel.
Yeah.
They don't screw around. So
I'm excited. Let's get into it.
There's nothing really else to talk about. This is just...
Is this natural color?
Actual color.
It is actual. Okay, so let's give the folks the actual color of it, which I would say is a nice caramel color.
It's a very dark straw caramel, yeah, for sure. Just smelling it makes my mouth water.
I would say... Flakes don't form quickly and kind of small tears on the legs. Takes a second for them to come down. It really does.
Oh yeah.
Like now I'm getting maybe 1, 2 or here. Like with the whiskey line, it's kind of thick and oily at the top, and comes down kind of slowly.
Yeah.
What do you think about the nose on this one, Bill?
Oh man, I love it.
Wow.
I love the nose on this.
This is a good high-end Scotch quality nose in my opinion.
Yeah. It's everything. Oh, it's just so right there.
I mean, I'm getting spices.
Spicy.
Really spicy.
Caramel.
Fruits.
A hint of oak, but not overpowering. When you say fruit, I'm thinking like a citrusy, like...
Yeah, it's some citrus. It's got vanilla, a little bit of vanilla in it.
Definitely vanilla. Like it's that caramel thing again, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it's that typical American bourbon barrel.
Oh.
But done so well. I mean, this is really... you're more of a bourbon guy than I am.
Yeah.
I haven't had a bunch of bourbons. I can already say, without question, or having this one other time, this is the best nose on any bourbon I've ever had.
Oh, yeah. It's way, way up there. And this is cheap. This is $54. $54.
I would have this around if I could find it.
I normally did have it around. I always had a bottle that I was drinking on, and I had a backup bottle that was never opened. The distributors, screw you guys, they're not bringing it into Ohio anymore. So if we want it, we have to physically drive to Kentucky to get it.
Yeah,
It's
Bellevue.
a pain in the butt. But they're just trying to get their name out there more. You know, now that people are really starting to enjoy their whiskeys, they're just trying to get it out there and make something out of it. You know what I'm saying?
For $50, this is a premium whiskey.
You cannot beat it.
Yeah,
This
is a good
Did we
whiskey.
do Basil Hayden?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is better than Basil Hayden.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the price difference is, what, $14 or something? 13,
Yeah, it's like
13 bucks?
14 compared to 55 or something.
It's ridiculous.
It's good.
This is my all-time favorite bourbon that I can afford. Let's put it that way. I can't afford Patty Van Winkle, you know.
And thank you, Keith, for giving this to us.
Yeah,
Even on Master of Malt, they had some other vintages, but they didn't have the original.
Okay, so that's a trick, kind of. There's a black label. There's a green label.
Yeah.
So the green label is the special reserve.
Yes.
Whatever. It's 100 proof. And then the black label is sold in Japan only. It's 80 proof.
Okay.
And then there's another color I can't remember, which is also an 80 proof. It's just a trick. Come on, we know what's going on.
I appreciate the higher ABV though. It makes it smells at least initially stronger. Yeah. So again, on the nose, I'm getting spice. I'm getting vanilla. You're getting an oakiness. I think
Just at the very end. Just at the very end.
I'm not getting a ton of oak, but I think maybe
No, it's real small.
I think it's kind of intertwined in the spice. It's
Very,
really
yeah.
spicy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I am getting fruits. I would say maybe an apple.
There's like an appley pear. I
Pear,
can't really
apple.
decipher which one.
Something that's firm though, a firm apple or a firm fruit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And not like a tropical fruit, like an orchard fruit, but not oranges, like apples or pears.
Check this out, Mike.
Take a little sip of that. It's really nice nose, and it's an aggressive nice nose. Like it is, it really kind of the spice and the fruit. I think kind of really jump out of the glass on you. Ooh, dangerous, living dangerous. Oh man, Billy, why don't you tell them what they're getting on the palate? While I take my first little sip of this one.
That caramel sweetness really comes out. Like the very first thing that got me was that caramel sweetness. The vanilla is right there because of the caramel. You do definitely. I'm feeling definitely now more of a pear than an apple. And just right at the very end, there's just like a little bit of oak trying to come through. Oh, hands down one of my favorite. If you're watching this video, find this or just get it off Masters of Malt. Order it today. Just get it.
Wow. So on the palate before I swallowed, I got the caramel, which I didn't really get on the nose. That sweet, sugary caramel. Again, American bourbon flavors done to the extreme. When I first swallowed, the spice came immediately.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Spicy.
And it's oily.
Yeah, dense, rich spice. Caramel, yes. I'm getting vanilla now that it's sat on my palate for a minute. The vanilla kind of comes in after a few seconds.
Creeps in when that spice goes away.
And very juicy mouthwash.
Yes.
Like this isn't drying at all.
Yes.
Yeah, the scotches are
So
drier
I'm so
than
excited
bourbon.
that we're drinking this right now. Seriously,
This is a bottle again. If I could find this, I would have this on my bar all day long.
Yes.
And I'm a Scotch guy.
yeah, you are.
I mean,
I'm
I'm 99.9% straight Scotch.
pretty much teetotaler when it comes to Scotch.
But you know what? You were more of a bourbon fan.
I really was before we started doing this video. Yeah.
And well, I think now, even going back to bourbons after having so many scotches, I think we can appreciate it. We appreciate what a good one is as compared to what a mediocre one is.
Absolutely.
Because something about bourbons that I've noticed is they have a very snappy finish.
Yeah.
This has a good linger.
It's got a nice long finish, and I'm still getting a little bit of tingle right back there.
Yeah,
Right back
right
there.
on the hinge of the jaws. And it's spicy and it's a little bit of chocolate.
There is a little quality of chocolate there.
Not bitter chocolate, like just a small ravine of milk chocolate.
Just
to round it out. Now, even though it's spicy on the palate initially, it's a smooth drink.
Yes,
Super
that's what
smooth.
is so surprising about this thing. This is such a crazy, simple, complex, like dichotomous. I don't even like. It's a contradiction when you smell it and drink it, and like, it's one of my favorites because every time I drink it, it's different.
I'll tell you what.
Because of the different barrels and the different.
Yeah, no two are going to be identical.
It's insane.
Similar, but not like with the Balvenie single barrel series.
Yeah.
Whether and we brought you those in earlier reviews. Whether it's the sherry cask or the traditional American bourbon cask, both those Balvenie single barrels, the 15-year-olds, everyone's a slightly different experience. Similar players.
Yeah.
But the players are having a different kind of game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like you got the same. You got the same 3 players over playing
Ohio
poker.
State last week.
Oh,
yeah.
Terrible, tragic.
Oh.
So anyway, with water, Billy, I poured a little bit of water in that.
Okay, I'll be honest. I know I'm gonna get some heat from this one. When I drink this at home, I have the really teeny little ice cubes, the really thin ones, and I just put one.
Hey, drink whiskey however you want.
Right, but when I'm at home, I'll pour it to here. You know what I mean? But I will put one ice cube in there, let that kind of do its thing, and then take it out, go outside, enjoy the crickets, drink my, whatever it is. But I am partial to putting a little bit of water in there and just that little bit of coolness.
I always say drink whiskey however you want. I always playfully tell you that I would never put ice in water.
Right.
Or ice in water. Ice in whiskey. But that's just me.
Yeah.
That's just me. Some people are different, and who's, if you like to drink whiskey that way.
And the other thing too for me, I'll set it down and be doing some woodworking or doing whatever, and I'll forget about it for 35 minutes. So by the time I drink it, it's back to normal room temperature, and it's just got that water that just kind of softens and sweetens up everything, I think.
And at 46.5% ABV, you can afford to put a little water in here and bring it down a bit. Because, this is a refreshingly high ABV for a good aged bourbon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
With water, a little bit, what do you get? Nose-wise.
Man.
I tell you what, to me, with water, the spice is dialed back maybe a step or two, and caramel now, I don't know, maybe because it was on the palate, caramel now is more to the forefront.
I kind of gave it away there a second ago. I said it just brings out that sweetness for me, and that's exactly what it does, and I got to watch my mouth when we're doing these videos, because I don't want to influence your...
Well, no, I mean, it was your tasting, but I got it. And I tell you what, I haven't took another drink, and I still have a linger.
Yeah.
It's like a buttery caramel. Mm-hmm. Like a sugary, buttery caramel. It's like caramel that got slightly...
A little bit of tingle.
Yeah, there's a little bit of spice
right
that's
on the
linger
back of my tongue. There's still just a little bit of tingle.
And that's a good, taste is one thing, smell is something else, but to me, a good whiskey has a good finish, good long finish. And so
much caramel now, so much.
So much. And this has really pleasantly surprised me on how good the finish is on this whiskey. I shouldn't have overlooked it so many times. You know what I mean?
It's okay.
I shouldn't have overlooked it. Again, with water on the nose, just more caramel, maybe a little bit more vanilla, a little bit less spice, but still just a really nice.
It sweetens it up. It really does sweeten it up just a bit.
Sweeten is probably the best way to describe what it did to it. It sweetened it up.
It's like
Wow, that's good. That's good.
I'm going in.
Okay, go ahead. Because again, I want to let this finish just stay a little bit longer. Because this is the most impressive long finish of any bourbon I've ever had. Now, full transparency, I haven't had a ton of bourbons. I had an E.H. Taylor. My boss had an E.H. Taylor. They let me try. That was a really good bourbon, and it had a good long finish. But, man, this is best in my opinion. Billy, what are you getting with water?
I'm spitting tonight, guys, because I got to get my truck home. And you notice I've been drinking this. I think what Mike's going to say, I know what he's going to say. It really toned. You still get that spice, not as intense. The caramel, the vanilla-ness, that kind of peary, beautiful, like a green pear, not like a brown pear. Oh my, this is my favorite. Like, I don't even know what to say, because I'm going to score this at like 102. Like, I don't even know it's my favorite bourbon of all times that I can afford. You got to go get some.
I know the horses.
Yeah.
I'll say this. It is more mellow on the palate. I mean, it's still full and round.
Yes.
But took away a little bit of the spice kick initially.
Which a teeny little bit.
Which I kind of liked, but the trade-off was it was more candied.
Yeah.
So again, when I exhale, I got a little bit of that spice again, but now the caramel is more prominent.
Yeah, my mom came over. I remember this. My mom came over. I was having surgery. I don't know. It might have been carpal tunnel. I don't know. Irrelevant. I don't have anything for her to drink except for it was. No. I don't have anything for her to drink except for this. So I poured her a nice, 2 fingers, and I put 3 big ice cubes in there, let it set, and gave it to her. And she says, and my mom hates this. Like, she's a Jack Daniels till death. Like, my mom has no palate. No palate. She goes, "That's amazing. What is this?"
That's even someone who's an experienced, I like to say experienced, semi-experienced Scotch drinker as myself. I was impressed with this whiskey. Impressed. So good. You talked highly about it. I'm glad we got to finally do it, man.
What did Malted Man Cave say about it?
He loved it. He had it and gave it to me. You can see he only gave me this. He gave me more initially. I think it was here, and we had a couple of drinks. But it's not like he gave me half a bottle, so he must have liked it pretty well.
Yeah.
And you can tell again. I think this has just a great finish on it.
It's
it
still
gets you,
just
it gets
right
you
there.
numb right
Yep.
here, and again, it's a buttery caramel, buttery caramel
Yes.
with a little bit of sugar.
For those of you in the States, like a Werther's kind of caramel. Like the chewy ones, not the hard ones with the butterscotchiness. Like an actual chewy, yummy caramel.
Here's the thing. If you can find this bottle here in the States, $55.
Get it.
If you like whiskey, if you're watching this show,
Here's what happens. If you buy it and you don't like it, send it to us.
we'll reimburse you.
No, but we'll drink it. No, but we'll drink it.
We'll reimburse you with a shout out. All right, Billy. So where are you at as far as the whiskey score on this one?
Hi. It's up because it's just so dear to my heart, man. I want to give it like a
Try to put your emotions aside.
I know.
Be subjective because that's what they tune in for.
I know. If I'm being real, this doesn't deserve anything over a 90. But I want to put something higher on it. So it's hard for me. It's hard for me to actually be non-biased in this particular situation. But I'd have to say I'm at a 90.
Again, just overall whiskey score, I'm saying I'm at an 89. Comparing that to anything, this is complex. It's got 4 or 5 layers, not overly complex, but it does have different things to pick through. It's fairly simple. It's not going to challenge you as far as how to pick out the flavors. The flavors are nice. They're right there. This is who we are.
Dude, just the octagon bottle.
Feels like a grenade.
The detail on the putting their numbers on there and having different
It's cool.
I gotta give them props.
And to me, it looks like a grenade.
Yeah,
Like you just
pineapple grenade.
You pull it. Yeah, it looks like a pineapple. Maybe a pineapple. Maybe not a grenade. I wasn't in the service. I never thrown a grenade.
Well, they had those
What do
old
I know?
World War I pineapple grenades that were like.
That's what it reminds me of. Like just like the flat lines on the belt. Anyway, I'm at 89. I will also just give this caveat. This is one of the best bourbons. And no, this is the best bourbon I've ever had. I think it's better than the H. Taylor and the Pappy Van Winkle 10 and 15.
I forgot you had Pappy.
10 and 15. But not like, not
Pappy,
20 or
I'm going to be
25.
honest with you guys. If you've never had Pappy,
It's
I'm going
like
to be completely
overrated.
honest. It's extremely small batch rare. That's the only thing that makes the price what it is. I've had 4 different ones now. And honestly,
This is as good as any bourbon I've had.
if it's an investment, I'd buy one for an investment.
For sure.
But
The local liquor store, they have a lottery every 6 months or so, and I put in for it. You don't know what bottle you're going to get, but they're not expensive. Like the 10-year-old, if you win that, it's like 40-some bucks.
Yeah.
The
But it's hard to
15
find.
is 87. I think the 20 is 150, and then the 23. I mean, it's reasonably priced, but then the resale value is terrible. Anyway, we're getting off the top of the subject. You're at a 90, right? I'm at an 89 out of 100.
I don't want to give anything away, but if this was the like button, smash it. Smash it.
Yeah, please like, subscribe to our channel, get a part of the conversation. We've had a nice little uptick as far as new viewers here lately, so we appreciate all of you.
Spread the love.
Become part of the conversation. Any comment that you ask about Scotch or just in general, I'll try to answer for you guys in the bottom. Love to talk about whiskey. We're happy that you're here, and enjoying this type of whiskey with us. I don't know about you, Billy, but the first time I got into watching Scotch reviews, I watched them to make sure I didn't make a bad purchase because Scotch is expensive.
It is, yeah.
But now what I do is I'll get a new whiskey like this, and I'll go to a couple reviews to see what people are saying, like kind of as I'm experiencing it. Like I'll kind of
you're
drink one
sitting
first.
home, like,
let's see what this guy thinks of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's fun. If that's what you do, tell me, kind of be a part of the conversation. We'll go from there. Anyway, we want to thank you for once again joining us for another one of Mike and Billy's Whiskey Reviews. And as always, we wish the people
Happy drinking.
happy drinking.